People out there with travel plans are likely to be impacted by the incoming winter storm. Here now with some advice on navigating all the changes that this is expected to bring is travel expert Katy Nastro with going.com. Katy, welcome back to the show and thank you for being with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, even amidst this severe weather that most people are going to be dealing with throughout the weekend.
Absolutely. We want to start with talking about people who are getting those maybe text messages or emails from their airline saying that their flight is impacted by the weather. What are the first steps that people should take out there?
Yeah, well, even before you may get some sort of notification from your carrier, first things first, you want to make sure you have your airline app downloaded so you're getting notifications. You're turning those on, which I know they are a little bit annoying, but in this instance, they're going to be the fastest form of communication with your carrier. So you want to make sure you have your airline app downloaded, notifications on, and if you had booked through an OTA, making sure that your contact details are accurate and not sort of ghosted. Sometimes they come across in a sort of jumbled email. You want to make sure you have your right contact details on hand. And if and when you do get that alert that your flight has been impacted, the name of the game is speed. You know, at this point, most people have been given the option to take advantage of a winter weather waiver, which allows you to make changes to your booking at no additional cost. Take advantage of that, but act quickly because so many people have already taken advantage of that, meaning that there aren't an endless supply of additional seats. You're on the specific route that you're looking to fly at an optimal time that works with what you're hoping when you're hoping to get out. So it really is the name of the game to make sure that you are acting quickly to get options, not only an option, but options that you want.
Yeah, solid advice for people out there too. So if someone has their flights rescheduled or perhaps canceled in the coming days, what exactly are travelers entitled to?
Yeah, a good reminder for travelers is that regardless of why your flight is impacted, you have a right to a refund if you choose you don't want to fly or a rebooking on that same carrier. Unfortunately, you don't have the right to both. And this is only if your flight is significantly delayed, 3 hours or more for a domestic flight, 6 hours or more for an international flight, or outrightly canceled, as you had mentioned. So we want people to take advantage of them, of knowing that they have this right to that refund if they decide they don't want to travel. And this is really interesting, Will, because this is really going to be a test for the airlines that they should be complying to that regulation of automatic, which means you should see that refund within 7 days, 7 to 10 business days. So this is really going to be a test to see if airlines can comply.
Yeah, it'll be worth following all of that for sure too if they comply with that. But what about travel insurance? Does this kind of situation apply to that?
Yeah, look, most travel insurance policies may have some sort of coverage for severe or unexpected weather-related disruptions. However, you needed to have purchased that already before the storm was named. You can't, unfortunately, buy it after the fact. And so a lot of people might be scrambling, heading to Google, seeing if they can pick up a policy when unfortunately that's just not the case. One thing, though, aside from knowing that you have that right to a refund or a new flight, is looking to see if your credit card has some sort of trip disruptions already built in. And this is something that most travel credit cards have already, as well as if you have a credit card with a specific airline, maybe it's American, a lot of people flying an American or Delta out of Austin. Looking to see makes not even a moment to go to Google, type in your credit card to see what type of trip protections are already built in that can cover those unexpected costs like a hotel night or maybe a meal or a transport to and from the airport.
Okay, lots of things for people to remember there at home, and hopefully that'll be helpful for anybody who might have their travel impacted. But Katy Nastro with going.com, thanks as always for joining us. We always appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me and safe travels to everybody out there.
Thanks so much. Well, some of you may have flights booked this weekend, and we wanted to ask Austin's airport about that. They told us they have pre-staged equipment in the event of ice. A spokesperson for the airport says it will not close the runways or the terminal because of ice, and it's not expecting weather to disrupt its operations either. However, snow accumulation on the runways would lead to the grounding of flights. Airport officials told us it is up to the individual airlines to de-ice their planes and decide whether to issue delays or cancellations. Another reminder to keep: weather issues in other parts of the country may impact flights here to Austin. If you have a flight planned in the coming days, check out this story on KXAN.com to see what airlines are offering ahead of the winter storm, and we'll be right back.